Hi, and welcome to 3 Things in 3 Minutes. I'm Nersi. Today we are looking at Unfathomable from Fantasy Flight Games. It plays 3 to 6 players and plays in 2 to 4 hours. What it's about, Unfathomable is a reworking of the modern classic hidden betrayer game Battlestar Galactica, but in the Arkham Horror setting. So players are passengers on a ship in the Atlantic trying to survive a series of mythos events and attacks from the deep ones so their passengers and ship can reach the port. Now each turn players will take actions including moving around the ship, fighting monsters, or activating abilities. Then they draw a mythos event card, and the players usually secretly contribute cards to prevent a failure that usually results in the loss of resources. Now, cards of certain types add to the total needed for success, while the other types count against it. However, at least one player will secretly be an enemy hybrid or cultist and can secretly subvert the mission and the mythos cards, or they can reveal themselves and more overtly attack the players and damage the ship. Now, the humans win if the ship makes it to the harbor with enough resources, but if the ship runs out of resources, takes too much damage, or gets overrun, then the hybrids win. So what I like, Unfathomable makes some important changes to the Battlestar Galactica formula, including much more simplified combat and better balance, so the game no longer feels so stacked against the humans. And with the quicker ship progression, it really helps the game move along more quickly. However, the game's mythos cards keep the excellent crisis card mechanic of the original, so the hybrids can add the wrong card type to reduce the chance of success, but 2 cards are also drawn from a random chaos deck and they're shuffled into the mix, adding to the paranoia of whether the negative cards came from an actual player. And it also keeps the excellent use of the powerful titles in the line of succession. So for example, the captain determines how far the ship advances and what hazards it faces every time it moves, and it becomes important and tends to root out a betrayer captain so they can give the title to someone else. Now, points to consider. While the game makes some refinements to the Battlestar Galactica formula, it is fundamentally the same game as the original. And this is great news if you're a fan of the original and are looking for a new theme or some refinements. Now, if the original's gameplay wasn't for you, you won't find that much has changed here. And the Keeper of the Tome title, on the other hand, can feel underwhelming because its special action is drawing 2 spell cards and immediately resolving 1. However, you don't usually get to know what those spells might be, and so it's really a gamble to use effectively, and often can feel like a wasted action if you don't look out. And the game has replaced some of the normally colorful artwork from Fantasy Flight Games with some simple, largely monochromatic art with subtler color identifiers that makes it hard to see their type at a glance or from a distance. So, in summary, it's a reimagining and refinement of the Battlestar Galactica game that improves on the speed and balance, but for better or worse, is the same underlying game. It keeps the excellent paranoia-inducing mechanic of the secret card contributions to tasks, even if the boring monochromatic designs make them hard to identify, and it maintains the excellent tension of the powerful captain possibly subverting the humans, while the Keeper title feels like an underwhelming change. Thanks so much for watching. Please make sure you like this video and share and subscribe to the channel. Thanks.